Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm really happy to be here with Dr. Derry Hodge, Dean of Workforce Training of Hlscc Community College, as well as coordinator of the Center for Professional Development and Community Education. I don't know why. My tongue always gets tied.
It's a long title.
It's a long title. Yeah, we've been having some challenges, right, with that title. I mean, it's an appropriate title, but it's certainly a long title. And why is it such a long title?
Because we're doing quite a bit.
We're doing quite a bit. Well, welcome to Spotlight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Workforce Training Division, department of the college. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, most people, when they think of the college, they've seen maybe on television the graduation ceremony and seen the associate students, the certificate students, maybe some of the CMI students, but many aren't aware of the fact that there's a department, a workforce training department within the college that focuses on professional development, industry-specific training, and that's the department where I'm the dean. And we've been around. We're located at the Marine Center, or the Center for Applied Marine Studies up in Paraquita Bay, and we've got quite a few programs that have been, I think, making a difference in helping to make sure that persons are competent in their specific fields and industries.
And your vision is to...
Well, let me give you an overview of some of the departments that we have there. For years, we've been offering training in the financial services area. We've got a Financial Services Institute. We're offering courses such as STEP courses, compliance courses. We've got a maritime training division where we're offering the boat masters preparation courses. We've got a management institute. We also have a culinary department. Just a lot going on in that area. But specifically tonight, Ms. Dana is here with us. We want to talk about the Center for Professional Development and Community Education, which isn't a new unit in the Workforce Training Division. It's a rebranded unit. Many may know it as the former centers and institutes. And it's really through this unit that we focus a lot of our short courses and workshops, which are designed to help people in the area of professional development and also outreach, offering community enriching type of courses. And our vision is really to be, we want to be known for training. That's what the Workforce Division does. You've got training needs within your organization. Chances are we can develop or design a program, whether a short course or an extended program, to make sure that the training and development needs of your organization are met. So we're about training, we're about developing people, and we're a community college, so we exist to engage and meet the needs of the community.
So you want to make sure that businesses, companies have the necessary human resources that they need in order to function properly.
That's correct.
That's your basic mission.
That's correct. I mean, there's a recognition now that, for those who are organizational development gurus, they've long known that human resources are our most important resources. And no longer can we afford to offer poor quality, poor customer service, because as you talked about before, we're competing globally. And your people need to be good. Your people need to be competent. Technological platforms are changing. Best practices and ways of working are changing. And just the old way of doing things means that if you continue with the old way of doing things, your competitors develop,
they learn,
you get left behind. Yeah. We can't let that happen.
So conceivably, a business owner can call up the institute and say, a group of us as business people need to have a person who is proficient in Mandarin. And what would your response be?
Yeah, well, our response would be we have the technology. We can meet the need. And it's as simple as saying, okay, we can design a course, we can design a workshop. But really, it has to be a quality, because a lot of money is spent on training. A lot of money is wasted on training. The issue is the training the appropriate training? Is the training useful training? Does the training achieve the intended results? And so what we can say is that we can work with you to design a quality training, competency-based, that will give you the result that you're looking for. For me, it always starts with trying to source the right instructor, okay? And in some cases, we try to source instructors locally. In other cases, we have brought in instructors from the UK, from the US. We always want to make sure that a person walking out of a workshop, a course, a program, has the skills, the attitudes, the knowledge they need in order to do their job better.
Okay. Now, let me bring you in, Dana, as a coordinator of the center. What's your role?
Well, basically, what my role is that, well, as Dr. Hodge was saying before, the center provides offerings in the short course format. So my role basically would be to put together what we would call a schedule of courses, but that schedule is not, we're not going to run courses that we do not see there being a need for. So we try to determine whether there's a need existing for that particular offering, which means we've either been in conversation with businesses or employees, or persons have called the center and have indicated that there's a interest in or they have an interest in this particular area, and we take note of who's been calling, and what we began doing right now is to start to put together a database of persons, so that even if when they call we don't have the offering at this point in time, we can indicate to them at a later time, when the offering is now being made available, that it is being run this particular semester or at this particular time. So my job is to make sure that that schedule is put together, that we've gone through all of the necessary steps or procedures that need to be taken care of before that is done, whether that is to make sure that the instructional materials are there, to make sure the instructor is in place, and to make sure that there's a room, that all of the technical equipment is in place, etc. So that is really my role, as well as some other administrative functions where keeping a schedule, well, not a schedule, in terms of assigning register, the evaluation at the end of the course, so that we can be able to look back and see, okay, what did we do right, what didn't we get so right, and how we can improve the course going forward, because that's very important, where we must make sure that we please or try to at least meet the needs of the persons who have signed up for the particular training or particular offering that we've put out there.
Okay. Now you develop a number of courses, a number of new courses.
Yes.
Which indicates, based on what you're saying, that you've went out into the community, you've done what can be called market research. Mm-hmm. You've spoken with businesses, you've determined some of the needs, the human resource needs of the businesses, and you've come up with a spring, summer 2014 professional development offering.
Yes.
Yes. Talk to us somewhat about that. Some about the spring summer offerings that is in the works right now.
Okay. Well, what we have basically done is that we've separated the professional development offerings from the community education offerings, and we've done that because we've outlined them into two different markets, whereas we market now directly to the businesses to let them know that these professional development courses or offerings are available to enroll their staff, or for persons who just want to take it up on their own to invest in their future, that these are the courses that they can consider. So we have being put out there for this month in particular, we have Safer Building Level 1. And that's a important course because it is one of the requirements for persons to obtain contractor's license from the Department of Trade. So, and we've had, and that is one example, we've had a number of calls in fall for that course. We didn't run it because we were trying to put together a complete schedule for spring. So now we're running both the Safer Building Level 1 and 2. They're being run back to back. And so persons who want to take the Level 1 course can then continue on, provided that they've passed Level 1 into Level 2. But Safer Building Level 1 that's going to commence this month. We also are offering QuickBooks Level 1, the 2012 version. That's another course that we've had that experience with when people were calling, basically. And that is another course that's being offered this semester as well. This month as well. We have some other programs, particular the Business Communication Workshop Series. That is a new initiative that we have done a lot of work on, where we've been able to communicate to different businesses within the territory, and they have expressed a concern with communication of staff in particular areas. And so what we've done is that instead of just offering a business communication as a short course, we do it for 8 weeks, etc., we've put together a complete program which takes you from the basics such as reading, grammar, things that we take for granted when it comes to communication, but are the fundamental elements that are key if you are going to be able to communicate well in the business setting. So we put together a comprehensive program. We're hoping that that program starts this month, and that program will actually take individuals through 6 modules, and we are hoping that that program will be completed I think either early May or late May, or early June. So that just lets you know that we've really done a lot of work in this area. We know of the complaints and the concerns, and so what we're trying to do is to put together something that will address persons and allow persons rather to be able to improve now in terms of their speech, in terms of their expression, in terms of how they present themselves to customers and to their individual peers on the job, so that you see a difference, a lift in the overall performance of persons, and you want it that is not just a program that you're going to go through and you just get a certification at the end, but you want people to feel better about themselves and to feel proud that they've been able to move from this level to the next. And that's really what I think is key when you're talking about professional development. People must feel different. People must feel empowered, and that is what we are hoping to do with these courses that we are putting together.
So the professional development side for people who are already in the workforce and want to enhance their skills, want to improve their ability to perform the tasks that they have at hand.
Or they might be looking at a promotion, and in order to get that promotion, you have to be able to step up your game, and that is what we are looking to do. But at the same time, there are some other programs that are for persons who are just getting into the workforce. They're not very experienced, but they just need some skills here and there to help them now to be able to survive, and to not just survive, but to now feel that they fit in the business environment.
Get more confidence.
And get confidence. And when you see that happening, it is better for everyone, not just the employees, but now the business itself, because then your clients and your customers will see that difference, and they will be able to say, well, hey, I like how I am made to feel when I come to this particular establishment, and so on, and they will be more inclined to now continue business with your establishment.
Yeah.
You wanted to add?
Yeah, well, Well, go ahead, ask your question.
Okay. Well, I was going to the education
Yes.
aspect,
Right.
Yes.
the education
Sure.
office offerings, and I see you have a spring summer 2014
Sure.
education offering as well. And so first differentiate between, I understand what the professional offerings are, but tell us what the education offerings are.
Well,
And the
community
difference.
education is for persons who are not necessarily looking to advance in the workplace, but you just want to do something because you've had an interest in that area, or it's something that you just want to be able to do. So you'll find that we're targeting particular programs that can help people to become better, feel better about themselves, so that they feel more enriched now. So that those programs are for more what we call personal enrichment. So you'll see that there are a number of baking courses where people can come now and learn how to bake pastry, learn how to decorate cakes. So those are the type of courses, as well as computer training. It's not necessarily there are many persons who are within the workplace who may use the computer, but they're not so, specialized in it. Or maybe for persons who are not necessarily in the workplace, but they just want to know how to do certain things because everything is now technologically inclined, and they don't want to feel behind, so that they want to be able to email their friends or be able to do all these different little tasks that people are always talking about. And if you notice, whenever you go out, you see people with tablets and all these different gadgets and so on. So they're just programs or courses that can help people to feel, that they fit into the community and that they're not behind still, writing or not being able to communicate on the level of what is
the technology
now standard, what is now standard, or what is now acceptable in terms of communication.
Yeah, I like to cook, and and I found that my cooking, I think, is becoming boring even to me. Yeah. I take out the tofu and I'm going to do the same thing with it.
Right.
Because it's easy and it tastes good, but it's the same thing. And I might want to learn some, different seasonings or some different sauces or something to make it more interesting.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because we are actually now responding to another area. I see it as a need, but it's more a need on the national level, where there are a lot of people who are coming down with diseases and different ailments. And so we were approached by persons from the Ministry of Health to see if we could start offering programs or courses that can help the community to address some of the issues that we can see will be a problem down the road. So this semester we are looking to offer basics in healthy lifestyle cooking class, and that's going to be a one-day class being offered on the 1st of February. The instructor is Chef Neil Klein, and we're putting together a package where we now show persons how to cook healthy, and that could be how to prepare sauces, how to prepare anything that is basic, because we also have to bear in mind that people are watching the pockets at this time, and sometimes when you talk healthy, you talk expensive too. So we're trying to now show a person how to balance the two, be economical, but also cooking using healthy lifestyles.
And we also think that when we eat it, we cooking healthy, that the food has to be bland tasting.
Correct.
You're not supposed to have any pleasure.
Right. Yes. So he will be able to help show persons, this is what you could, the simple things that you can do to improve and to be prepared.
The director for that course is, this instructor, for that course is the director of our Culinary Arts Center, Chef Neil Klein. Very popular restaurateur. Many
the
people
brother could
know
cook.
Yes.
He knows his stuff. He can throw down, as we like
Yeah,
to say.
yeah.
So I think that's going to be a very good course. I just wanted to mention also that if persons are interested in seeing the full schedule, they can visit the website www.hlscc.edu.vg/CPD. And there they'll get a full listing of all the professional development courses as well as the community education courses. By the way, I wanted to mention the computer course, and there's 3 different computer courses we're offering this semester. One of them is going to be offered in VG. And by the way, we offer some of the courses in Virgin Gorda because we know that persons over there need professional development and education, community education too. But the computer course is called The World of Computers for 50 Plus.
Oh.
Really, it came as a special request from Honorable Eileen Parsons. And she was the first person to enroll in the course, I believe. And several of the persons who are 50 plus, but it's not just for 50 plus, where you're kind of pitching it as a 50 plus course. But really for persons who are not as computer literate as some of us are and want to understand.
They need to be.
Emailing, some of the things that we take for granted that they don't know how to do. This course is designed to help them. And so visit the website www.hlscc.edu.vg/CPD and they can get a full listing of all the courses.
I noticed you have in your professional development short courses as well, things like salon management. We have a lot of, beauty
Yes.
and hair care and skin care, nail care,
Yes.
is a big thing in the community, is
Yes.
everywhere. I noticed you have, talk to us about some of those courses that you have at the center.
Those courses are being offered this semester. We've offered 3 classes last semester. The Exploring Skincare, the Facial Skincare Treatment, and Performance Style and Well-Being. And we had a reasonably good start cohort where we have persons who were very interested in beauty courses, persons who wanted to open salons, persons who were just interested in doing makeup or doing facial skin care. And we have some persons who are going to actually be continuing on to the other courses that we've been offering. So we're offering 2 of those courses again, the Exploring Skincare and the Facial Skincare Treatment. And now we're moving into another phase of Introduction to Nail Care, Introduction to Hair Care, and Salon Management. And we are getting calls from persons who either want to open salons or are presently, in the field, but they may not be necessarily certified. And so we are looking to roll out more courses as semesters go on. But let me also say here that, these courses, at the end of these courses, you receive a certificate of completion from the college. And what we are also doing at this point is aligning these programs or these courses with internationally certified organizations as well, such as City and Guilds and Habia. And so what we are looking to do at the end of, coming up at the end of this semester, is to at least have persons taking some of those examinations so that they are now not just holding an HLSCC certificate, but they're also holding an internationally recognized certificate. And as the program grows, you're going to see more and more of that happening. So this is an area that we see there's a need. There are a lot of beauty salons. What we are particularly concerned about is the level of certification of persons who are working within the salons, or for the persons who may not already be in a salon, but they're thinking about it. And what we want to be sure that we are providing persons with the opportunity to make sure that you are now certified and that you can confidently present yourself and say, I've done the necessary training or the necessary development in order to be able to offer my services to the public. And that's what we are here to do, to help persons to become more prepared and adequately qualified within their field of training or their field of specialization. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break.
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna take a break for a word from our sponsors, people that's paying the bills, and we're gonna come right back with more. Dr. Derry Hodge and coordinator, lecturer, author Dana Ambrose, Louis Ambrose. Right after these words from our sponsors, with more of the Centers for Professional Education and Professional Development and Education and Community Education.
Got it.
Yes, got it. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Spotlight is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, the BVI Tourist Board, and CCT Global Communications.
Welcome back to Spotlight, a Major Income, here with Dr. Derry Hodge and coordinator Dana Lewis Ambrose at Hlscc Stouts Center for Professional Development and Community Education.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on at the center, a lot of courses being offered, a lot of initiatives being developed. You wanted to say something, Dr. Hodge, about the cosmetology courses before I get into the renewable energy initiatives.
Sure. The cosmetology courses at this point are, we're kind of piloting the courses. And the goal is, and we kind of determine that as we assess the demand and the response to the courses. But we're looking potentially at a school of cosmetology. So we're in communication with some of the local proprietors, and we're hoping to have some discussions with the minister, and that could potentially be one of the new programs that develops at.
So not just short courses, but a
full-fledged
school for persons who want to get in the cosmetology industry.
That's correct. And this is what we're doing. We ran 3 courses last semester. The response was good. And now we're running 4 courses. One of the courses is not just about teaching persons the skills, but it's also for managers. There's a course in salon management and health and safety. So the business owners who, like I said, just trying a thing, we want to be able to show them, okay, one, you need to have your people properly trained, just like everywhere else.
Increased level of professionalism.
Thank you very much. And also you need to run your business successfully. Because what happens typically in the community, somebody does something, it's successful, other people copy, but sometimes they don't give consideration to some of the administrative and business and marketing issues that are involved in making the business successful. So we want to also include that as a component of the beauty courses. But we're hoping that out of that a school of cosmetology will develop.
That certainly sounds like a good initiative. Now, renewable energy is becoming a buzzword all over the world, of course, with the environment and the state that it's in, and some of the challenges we're beginning to face all over the world when it comes to having a safe and a clean environment. And fossil fuel has not done us well over the years. And so now we're looking for greener, quote-unquote, greener energy. And one of the concerns that we are having as a community, I know several business persons have indicated this to me, that as Virgin Islanders, as people living in the Virgin Islands, we don't lose the spin-off opportunities, the opportunities that's going to develop, whether it's the technical aspects of renewable energy, like the installations, the maintenance, the development of renewable energy, that we don't get left behind in those professions and in those opportunities, business opportunities as well as job opportunities, and that we start to train our people for those opportunities. And I know that Hlscc South Community College wants to take the leadership role in making sure that people in the Virgin Islands are trained to take advantage of the opportunities. What is the center doing? What has it done? And what is it doing to help to realize that goal?
Okay, well, we were approached by the Ministry of Communication and Works last semester on the possibility of providing a program which will allow persons to become certified within the area of solar installations, etc., because of a recent energy policy that was passed, I believe, at the cabinet level. And we reviewed what they had brought to us, because they brought a number of proposals, and we looked at it and we thought that it may need some additional work. So we took it upon ourselves to network. There was an opportunity for us to network with other community colleges to find out what they were doing. This was in the United States, and through discussions we were able to come across a instructor who is certified at the ISPQ level, as well as another certification, NABCEP level. And we were given his contact information, and so we made that direct contact, and he was able to give us the necessary direction as to, if we are doing a program, what are the areas, or what the course or the program should look like. And so we've been in discussions with him for most of last semester, and we were able to put together a program based on his guidance of what we should be looking towards, as well as he did give us, made contact for us rather, to an international certification body that would be able, when the training is completed, for persons to be able to do the examination here on Tortola. And so we've been, over the last couple of months, making the necessary plans as to how we can make sure that a program of this at that level runs smoothly, where persons just come to us and register. They will register for the program as well as the examinations, and all they have to do is basically show up and participate, taking as much as they possibly can, and comply with the requirements of the course or the program. And they would have to sit at least 2 examinations. They will also have to do some practical work, and we're hoping that more persons will come in and sign up. We've had a few calls already concerning the program. The first course, or the first workshop rather, because what we've been doing, because we would now have to bring in the instructor, so we've had to put it into a workshop format where he can come in for a week and deal with the students for that particular week, and they do the exam at the end of the week. And the instructor that we've already identified is David Del Vecchio. He is one of the gurus, if you want to call him that, when it comes to solar installation. He's very known, or he's very popular, and so he'll be coming in April to do the first workshop, which runs from the 7th to the 11th of April. I do think this is a great opportunity, because if the territory is moving in this particular direction, I do think that persons who are interested in gaining this particular skill or this particular training, they should take advantage of it now, because they would now be within the first cohort, and they would be the first persons who will now, or could be considered to be involved in any projects of that magnitude, of moving from normal supply of electricity to now electricity being supplied through solar. So it's a great opportunity. The first workshop, or the first course, is costing $1,200, but that, as I said, that includes both the examination and the workshop itself. And we are not just going to be teaching you in the classroom. You'll know that the college already has a solar panel which powers, or partially powers, one of the rooms at the Marine Center. And so we'll be looking at that. We'll also be looking at other, taking them out and looking at other areas where
so
they may already...
They will know how to install,
yes,
how to maintain.
Right. And the instructors also, he will also be bringing in his own equipment, where we can actually make sure that the course is as practical as possible.
So if it's a field that you want to get into, you haven't been in it, it's not for necessarily professional development, you could be a upstart, somebody that just wants to get into it.
I think
you
what
can,
the ministry wanted to accomplish, they just don't want anybody Just like you just can't pick up and work with electricity and
Right.
be an electrician. They want people to be certified installers in the area.
So you can go out
solar
after
energy.
this course. You can go out and get a job.
After the second course,
Well,
the first
actually-
course is an introduction.
But actually,
okay?
after the first course, you're supposed to start doing installations then. And then the second course just moves you to an advanced level now, where you will now do much more advanced stuff. But at the end of that, then you can become a certified installer, which is what, but you have to do, between the two courses, you have to do some
And
practical work.
a certified installer would have a internationally accepted
Yes.
certificate.
Yes.
Well,
Certification.
Designation.
a U.S. nationally
Yeah.
accepted certificate. Yeah.
Okay, cool. In the remaining minutes we have, I noticed that you have a roundtable discussion coming up, Service of Excellence Roundtable.
Right.
What's that about?
Well, in addition to the professional development courses and community education courses, we also do mass community enrichment events. And this particular event is in the area of service, excellent service. And we've been able to source a nationally recognized speaker in the area of hospitality and hospitality-related service, Mr. John Kennedy. And we're just looking at having him come in, and we're looking at a partnership with potentially with the tourist board, because this plays into some of the things that they've been doing. And it's about exposure. We met John Kennedy recently at a conference that we attended in Philadelphia, and he's a very good communicator, knows his stuff, and we said to ourselves, the BVI can benefit from what he has to say. So we're looking at having this event where he comes in and talks to those who are in the hospitality industry about how they can be better at what they do.
And this is, of course, the development of service in across industries.
Yeah, absolutely. So, specifically, his background is in the hospitality area, but we know service isn't just limited to hospitality, but anybody who is dealing with customers up front can benefit from what Mr. Kennedy has to offer.
And this is this is coming up on the 21st of May.
Yes, and the registration is economical. It's $250 for the day, and that will get you in to be a part of this particular activity. I want to say though that we have this concept that hospitality ends at the receptionist area or something like that. It could be as far as from the time you get off the plane, when you meet the immigration officer, when you meet the customs officer. It's all at all of those points. You need to make sure that your service or your presentation or your communication is top notch, and that is what this particular event is going to be revealing. That it's not just have it one place here and everything else is scatterbrained. You have to make sure that if you're offering a product, a tourism product, or any product that's service oriented for that matter, you need to make sure that everybody understands their role and how important their job is in making sure that that product gets the right message being sent out to your tourists, your clients, all the persons that they come into contact with.
Well, you want to have excellent customer satisfaction every time.
Every time.
Of course, I don't know if you were listening to the first part of the show when Sean Rose was talking about the medical tourism conference that was held today at the Health Services Authority.
Okay.
And with the level of service that's going to be required to make that a success is phenomenal. I think one piece of data was that if you have one bad customer experience, one unsatisfied customer can result in, I think, 288 customers not coming.
Yes, and that's correct.
Right? Just by word of mouth.
Yeah.
And if you got a population of 30,000 people, you can see how fast we would not have anybody here.
Exactly.
you know. So I mean, this is how important this is.
Yes.
And one of the things to keep in mind is not just about the service, but it's about the experience.
Yes.
We want to make sure the persons have a positive experience. There's always the opportunity to recover because things do happen. You know, there are goof ups and you get back bad service. But also one of the things that Mr. Kennedy will be talking about is taking action to recover that customer, compensating for the mistakes.
Yes.
And you have an opportunity to regain that. If you react quickly and you compensate correctly, you can regain that person's confidence.
Yeah. We found an attorney in the club.
Okay.
You know, we were going on, and I hadn't realized it's so much work you guys were doing at the center. It's it's a tremendous leap forward, and certainly we might have to reserve a good whole show for you to come in and really give a full picture of what's going on for the Center of Professional Development and Community Education.
Let me also add here before we go, though, that on Friday we are going to be introducing the center officially to the business community. And we'll be having a breakfast networking meeting at Maria's by the Sea from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. And we are going to be introducing to them the same programs in much more detail, but also having a conversation with them to let them know that what we can do for them in the future and how they can benefit, and to know that we don't expect them to always be coming to us, that we will be more coming to them in the future, and that we would like to develop a stronger relationship because we see ourselves now in a position where we can really assist or to help them in terms of getting their employees and the overall organization becoming more functional and more stronger in terms of operations within the general community.
Yeah. Persons that want to get in touch with the center to find out what the offerings are, to find out what the costs are, what the schedule is, so that they can enroll and participate and make suggestions or be a part of it in any way. How can they get in touch with you?
Either phone, email, but I would suggest that the best thing to do is to visit the website, www.hlscc.edu.vg/CPD. Okay, so everything we talked about tonight is right there on the website. That's the best place.
I have an issue with these websites, these labels that y'all give these websites. It's supposed to be CPDE.
Well,
is that it?
The easy thing to do.
www.cpde.vg.
The easy thing to do is to go to HLSCC's website.
Yeah.
There's a link there. They can get us there. Or they can call the college and they'll transfer to us and we'll talk to them.
And what kind of simple name? Yeah, what kind of simple name? But go over the name again. Go over the website name again.
Okay. www.hlscc.edu.vg. That's the college's website. Once you get there, /CPD, Center for Professional Development. Or just go to the college's main homepage, scroll down to the bottom, click the link, you're there.
You're there. That's
probably the easiest way.
But if you don't have internet access, you can call 852-7035 or 852-7192 or 852-7194. Or you just call 852-7000.
Or just call the college.
Just call the college.
Yeah.
That's for the center.
4994. Just ask for the center, right?
That's all.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Dr. Hodge, Ms. Louis Ambrose, thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you.
A lot of information, and I'm really excited about the work that you guys are doing at HLSCC. HLSCC has certainly come a long, long way and becoming really a force in the community, particularly in human resource development and education generally. Our accreditation process is probably, I think it's slated for completion next year, to 2015. That's going to be a tremendous milestone. I think we can have a big party.
Something.
That's going to be
Absolutely.
a tremendous accomplishment, and all of the services that's being provided. And of course, we know now that we are in a service economy. Service is very competitive, and we need to step it up with all the things we are planning to
Absolutely.
get into in the hospitality industry, in medical tourism, financial services, restaurants, hotels, everything that we are into in this territory is going to require a higher level
That's
of
right.
service.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
And so
a very competent workforce.
and a very competent workforce.
Yep.
So, people at the BVI, it's
Yeah.
time to step up to the plate.
That's right.
It's very competitive in the world, and we got to be right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for being my guest.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Next week, the spotlight will shine on social development and its parenting programs that's coming on stream. And we have to also start connecting the dots. We might think that we got to service, we got to develop service, but a lot of the development of service has to do with the training of our children from birth. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but our orientation towards service now has to do with how we train our children from birth, and the support that they get in their formative years between birth and, say, 7 years old. And parenting is a major part of human development, and so you need to take advantage of the parenting opportunities that social development is going to initiate over the next several weeks. So we're going to talk about that next week, so make sure you tune into Spotlight right here on JTV channel 55, Tuesday at 8 p.m. and of course rebroadcast Sundays at 2:30 p.m. We also stream live on jtvlive.net. Any of the programs that you've missed, any part of this program that you've missed is going to be on jtvlive.net. You could log in on your computer, laptop, telephone, and you can see us there and catch up with the spotlight that you've missed or the part of the spotlight that you've missed. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your words of encouragement. Thanks for your suggestions and criticisms. Continue to email us at jtvspotlight@yahoo.com. I'm Ed Anchor, reminding you that when the spotlight is on, you see the facts. Peace and blessings.
Spotlight is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, the BVI Tourist Board, and CCT Global Communications.